welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Purpose Sphere. I am your host, G. Alfred Palmer, and I am so excited to have you here with me one more time. Listen, I'm really excited about what we're going to talk about um, during this broadcast. I'm really have been looking forward to it because I think it's a very imperative topic to talk about when we talk about purpose. And in talking about purpose, we need to understand what purpose is. We've talked about that, and we're going to continue to talk about that ad infinitum. And we need to understand where purpose comes from, right? We understand that purpose comes from what we call, or what people may call, the universe, God, the great beyond, the great spirit, whatever we choose to uh, uh, give the title for um, the source. We call it the source of all things. What makes purpose necessary? Well, we can just look around us and we can see why purpose is necessary. Purpose is necessary because of our community, culture, and clan. It's the answer to those to the needs of our community, culture, and clan. So that's why purpose is necessary. Well, and we talked about who is purpose for. Purpose is for, not for ourselves. Purpose is never for yourself. It's never for you to maximize and to profiteer off of, but it's to help, again, community, culture, and clan to answer that which you are supposed to answer relative to the purpose that you're sent for. Everyone's sent with one purpose. People will try to say they have multiple purposes. No, nothing has more than one purpose. Nothing on the planet has more than one purpose. May have more than one function, but they only have one purpose. That's important to understand. The difference between purpose and function. So when we talk about those two concepts, purpose and function, we're going to get into it a little bit further in later broadcasts. But today we want to talk about what are the benefits to purpose. See, here's the thing. People want to know, for some, they want to know what's in it for me, right? What's in it for me? And that particular mentality isn't the most profitable one. It isn't the most beneficial one, but it is what people are. That's where people are. What am I going to get out of the deal? Well, and to be truthful to you, I believe the universe understands that, and understands your desire to benefit from things that you do, because people don't want to do things for nothing. I don't know why, but they choose to look for ways that they can profit from things. That's what we are, and that's what we do as humans. So one of the things that I think is important is for us to understand what and how we benefit. I wrote a book here that I'm looking at the monitor. It's Purpose Pearls of Wisdom, Meditations and Explorations into the Benefits of Rediscovered Individual Purpose. Now, this book is a meditational book. It's a 31-day devotional, or a meditation book, motivational book, whatever you want to, whatever code or whatever word title you want to use. Excuse me. So this meditation, this is a book. This book is a daily meditation. It is a motivational book to motivate you relative to when it comes to purpose. And the back of it says purpose. It says Pearls of Wisdom is a compilation of the works of Dr. G. Alfred Palmer, to inspire and motivate the reader toward finding, focusing, and bringing into fruition individual purpose. Come join Dr. Purposeology on this life-changing exploration to rediscovering the you that always was. I'll read that again. Come join Dr. Purposeology on this life-changing excursion to rediscover the you that always was. I don't have my glasses. I should put my glasses on. Maybe that helps. Oh, I can see you. Okay. All right. So in this meditation, motivation book, we have accumulated a daily provisions, 31 days, that you can gain to better understand the provisions that you receive from purpose. We're going to go in, I'm going to look at least one today. But I want to say this to you and for your benefit. I get it. I understand that you want to be able to benefit from something. You don't want to just give, but that's how you receive. Give and it shall be given. See, it's all about you giving first and having the right attitude about giving. Giving is give and it shall be. Understanding that there is a recompense. There is a reward to you giving, but you don't give to get, you give to benefit others. And as you give to benefit others, there is a reward. There is something to come back. So you don't rest assured of that. But here, when we start talking about purpose, what we have to understand is there are benefits. And a lot of times it's because people fail to understand that there are benefits, that they fail to go and to find purpose. And what they do is they look for their passion. I'm going to do a broadcast on the difference between passion and purpose, because they're not the same. And so what I hear people say all the time, well, I'm pursuing my passion and I'm doing that which I believe I'm supposed to do, which is my passion. I'm gonna get rid of the sound here because we don't want to be disturbed. And so I hear people say it all the time. They say, I'm my passion is my purpose. No, it's not. And we're going to talk about that at another time. But I get it. I understand that you want to profit. You want to benefit as well from that which you're doing for others. And you can. But we have to have the right attitude. And the first is to serve. See, it's not to serve to be served. It's to serve because that's what you're supposed to do. And that's what you're here to do. Understanding that you're here to serve puts you in a place of benefiting others more than you want to benefit yourself. But see, some people have, and see, the universe understands that mentality too, and it won't work it won't optimize for you because of the lack of right attitude. So sure, you're going to benefit, but it's not going to be optimized because of your wrong attitude toward serving. See, what people are doing is they're looking at their passion and saying, if I do my passion, I will benefit. Well, no, you won't. No, you won't. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about passion, the difference between, we'll do that the next session we come together. We're going to talk about passion versus purpose versus passion. And we need to understand that there are differences in these two concepts. And it's very important that we understand them. Now, it's important to understand that purpose provides. Get that into your heart, mind, and spirit. Purpose provides. Purpose provides. Why does purpose provide? Well, it's important to understand that purpose provides because first, purpose comes from the mind of the creator of a thing. Everything that you look at, everything that we have on this planet, everything, the microphone, the headphones, the everything started in the mind of its creator. This book started in the mind of the creator, me. Before it was ever put down, it was all mapped out prior to beginning. Okay, so when we look at purpose is in the mind of the creator before it is made. The thing is made. The thing is us. I know some of you, oh, I'm not a thing. Yeah, I get it. But I'm looking at us in line with as a product. When we see ourselves as a product, what we see is the producer produces, or the manufacturer manufactures the product. Before the product is even made, there is a plan, an idea of what the product is going to do, and the pitfalls and how it's going to answer the pit. From A to Z, the product is outlined by the manufacturer. And so the manufacturer knows all the pitfalls, already considered all the pitfalls, all the right turns, left turns, all the pluses and minuses, the positives and the negatives, everything that it's going to encounter, and it equips the product to answer those particular problems. And so that it cannot be deterred from fulfilling its mission as a product. That's the same thing what the creator has done with us. Purpose comes with everything. You are fully equipped when you find purpose, with everything you need to fulfill it. Everything is there. All you have to do is rediscover those things. But purpose comes with everything that you want, everything that you need to provide, or to fulfill your individual purpose. Everything. Nothing is lacking from you when you find purpose. You know, some people think that they have to go and do this and go. No, it's already in you. It's already in you, and what's not in you, you have access to as well. See, access is more powerful than money could ever be. Access is the most powerful because it gives you what money cannot buy. You can have money and not have access, but you can have access and not have a whole lot of money. And it's important for you to be able to understand that you can have access granted to you to the point that whatever you're lacking, the access of it is available to you as well. So you still have it. So it's important for us to understand that about purpose. Now, when we talk about the benefits of purpose, so many people are looking for jobs. They're looking for careers. They're looking for all these things. I'm trying to get in the middle of the screen here. Okay. We're looking for so many different things to fulfill us and say that, it meets all the needs that I have. Well, we do that not knowing that the very thing that we're looking for is purpose when we go looking for that job or that career, right? Not knowing that purpose provides. Say that with me. Purpose provides. Yes, it does. And it's important to understand that what purpose provides. You have to understand what purpose provides. And that's what this book is about. It helps you. It's not the totality of it, but it helps you to gain a better understanding of what purpose provides for you. Okay? And it's in understanding what purpose provides, what we gain is an awareness and a knowledge. And it allows us to establish the borders that we need to and the boundaries relative to understanding purpose, and that we don't have to go outside purpose and try to take advantage of this thing or this MLM or this particular opportunity or that particular opportunity, because that's not what purpose is. what we're doing is we're looking for answers in all the wrong places. We're looking for answers in all the wrong places. We're looking for answers in our politicians. We're looking for answers in our celebrities. We're looking for answers in our local activists. But the answer really is in every single individual that's come to this planet. If we're going to change the course of this planet and have and exercise dominion, and I think this is a very important book as well, because it tells you understanding the purpose, process, and the plan of the dominion mandate. This tells you more about why we are supposed to have dominion here on this planet. And we're supposed to do it through purpose. But what we've got to understand is that the dominion mandate outlines that purpose comes in twofold. There's corporate purpose, and then there is individual purpose. Corporate purpose is for us to have dominion. The biblical narrative tells us that we're supposed to have dominion. And how we're going to go about how we're supposed to do that. Understanding the plan, the purpose, process, and plan of the dominion mandate, spiritual secrets to fulfilling your purpose, passion, and potential. Another book that I wrote. And in this book, we talk about purpose. We talk about I've got a secret, understanding your makeup, understanding the makeup of the human spirit, the law of agreement. Let us, quote unquote, make overview of the dominion mandate, understanding of the dominion mandate, what the dominion is not. And it goes on and on. There's 21 chapters here that talks about the dominion mandate. Very, very important in understanding the dominion mandate and how to implement these benefits. See, because once we understand the mandate outlines us and places the borders for us. And purpose, what purpose does is gives us the working capital within the borders. And what the dominion mandate does is help us to establish, to do what that is right rather than that which is good. So many people are doing good things, but it's not the right thing. You're not supposed to be doing that. Sure, it's beneficial, but are you happy? You're really not. You know you're not really happy and you're not fulfilled. The reason is because you're doing a good thing and not the right thing. You need to do the right thing to be fulfilled. That's what needs to happen. So when we start talking about purpose, you can only be fulfilled in fulfilling purpose. I don't care what you're doing that's good. It's still, if it's not in line with purpose, it will not benefit you. It won't benefit you in the sense of you being fulfilled. Okay. Now, let's talk about the idea of purpose, and let's talk about the benefits. Let's look at one in this book. And in this book, we look at a purpose pearl provisional proclamation, and then we look at a purpose pearl of wisdom. And then we look at a meditation or a prayer. Then we have a famous quote, and we have motivational thoughts. Now, motivational thoughts basically is a place for you to be able to write some of your thoughts. Well, maybe you don't want to mark in the book because you want to continue to use it. Or maybe you want to continue to I don't know, maybe you want to get a journal and you want to write in the journal. I find that journaling is very, very useful and very, very beneficial. So maybe you want to do that, and instead of writing in the book, you want to journal. I don't know. It's up to you. But the bottom line is this. When we start looking at this particular meditation or devotional, I'm going to just share one day. Can I do that with you? Just one day in this devotional. And it's called this particular day is day 2. And it says purpose provides provision. Purpose provides provision. The Purpose Pearl Provisional Claim Proclamation, excuse me. I'm thankful for the provision of purpose running me down. It runs me down. Everything and everyone needed for me to fulfill my individual purpose are drawn to me like a magnet. Now, it's important you understand these proclamations. Words go out and you get what you say. And what you have to do is release these words from a place of faith and of belief and of conviction. Okay? I'll read it again. I'm thankful for the provision of purpose running me down. Everything and everyone needed for me to fulfill my individual purpose are drawn to me like a magnet. It guides me step by step and inch by inch toward completion of my ultimate goal, my purpose. Every physical, mental, spiritual, financial, social, and material need has already been favorably granted to me. Do you hear that? Do you hear that proclamation? Now you say that proclamation over and over again, out loud. You don't no out loud. Out loud. Thoughts is not what we're going after. We're going about words. Words transform atmospheres. Words transform environments. But words have to be spoken out loud with conviction, with commitment, and with faith. Right? So this particular proclamation talks about provision running me down. And the right people and things are being drawn to me like a magnet. You don't have to do anything, right? The Purpose Pearl Wisdom, or the Daily Selah, says this. According to the dictionary.com, the prefix pro we have covered at the beginning of the book and have concluded it means to favorably or favor that goes before or in front of. The VIS, because what's going on now is the definition is being given of provision. The VIS, in the word vision, means to see. The suffix ION means once again. The act of or action of something in this case is to see. Provision is to act or repetitive action of being favorably out in front, seeing and supplying one's need. That's what provision is. Provision is the act or repetitive action of being favorably out in front, seeing and supplying one's needs. Provision so purpose goes before you with provision to repetitively enact, seeing and supplying. That's what your purpose does. Purpose provision. Purpose provides provision. Let me go on reading. Purpose comes fully equipped with provision. It would be completely neglectful, dishonest, and a setup for failure for the cause of all things or the manufacturer not to produce or to provide everything the product needs to be successful. There are some people who look for provision to hunt them down, not realizing that provision is as close as the thoughts of one's mind and the words of one's mouth. That's why the proclamation, right? To help plan in you the thoughts and the words. Many people experience inconsistent results as it regards to provision in their lives because they seek provision based on religious dogma, not connected to the truth of individual purpose. Provision is inherently inside of your individual purpose and is released by the thoughts in conjunction with the words of your mouth, which are in agreement with your purpose. Woo, that's good stuff, isn't it? That's good stuff. That is good stuff. For real, it is. I remember writing my first book, Purpose, the Science of Purposeology, the Science of Purpose. Let me see if I can find. Here it is, right here. Here's my first book. This is my first book that I wrote, I think back in 2012. I'm not sure, but it says here, do you know why you were born? Everyone is born with a unique purpose that only they can fulfill. Every aspect of your existence is part of your innate destiny. Some people acknowledge not having any idea of what their purpose is, while others vehemently assert they have fulfilled purpose. They are fulfilling purpose because they are successful, useful, and effective. Now, I go on reading this, but you need to get this. This was also my first book that was the foreword was written by my mentor, Dr. Miles Monroe, before he transitioned 2 years later after this book was written. Okay, so I remember writing my first book, Purposeology, the Science of Purpose, and how I didn't have the money to get the project completed. I had no idea where the finances was going to come from. So I began to focus on the things I could do, like using my faith and moving to that point and not beyond. Once I arrived at that point, I would think to myself, what would be the next step? Every time provision through mental instruction came to me. My first book took me 2 years to get published, but since then, every preceding book has come easier because I have mastered the art of obtaining provision through faith, mental instruction, and words verbalized connected to my purpose. You too can do the same. Provision for your life's destiny resides inside you. All you have to do is to focus inwardly and listen to that affirming, still, and quiet, small voice. Catch that brief vision or picture that you see and put it into action. Once you get that done, look for the next leading and repeat the process until completion. Time is never more important than the process. So enjoy the journey toward completion. Use the art of process to prepare you for the next undertaking. An important aspect we must arrive at is to realize that which we see is already been provided. I'll say it again. That which we see has already been provided. It's our responsibility to take the necessary steps to progress toward that which we see. And the cause, the universe, the force, whatever you desire to call she, him, or it, will ensure that you accomplish whatever you have seen, as long as it's lawful, legal, productive, positive, and purposeful. Wow. And I wrote that a long time ago. And in writing this book that so many years ago, all I can say is that, wow, that's all I can say. Wow. Okay, so this book is something that you really need to get. And what I also did was I created a workbook to go with this book, right? And the workbook basically takes you through some very important things that you need to do. It has questions and it's worksheets and it has all these different items that we use to help people find their individual purpose. So you want to have both of these. You really do. Okay. All right. So here's our prayer. Some people will call it meditation, but our prayer would be something like this. I'm thankful for provision of purpose. Everything I have need of has already been supplied, and I'm grateful. I need not fear, faint, or worry, because the great provider always provides what is needed, even before it's requested of us. Therefore, I am prompted or told to do something. The provisions have been made available beforehand. Using my faith aids in bringing them into fruition. That's your meditation. That's your prayer. That's your confession. And then the famous quote says, never absent of purpose are merely requisite desires, unrequited desires. However, within the scope and knowledge of purpose, needs are necessary provisions to fulfilling one's individual's purpose. Let me read that again. The famous quote says this: needs absent of purpose are merely unrequited desires. However, within the scope and knowledge of purpose, needs are necessary provisions to fulfill one's individual purpose. Okay? Good stuff. Good stuff. Not because I wrote it, but it's good stuff because it's truth. And so here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to the website, gapalmer.com, and get the information that we're talking about. We've got my first book and its workbook, and I've got the purpose pearls of wisdom. We have also the understanding the Dominion mandate, and we also have You Are a Leader as well. You Are a Leader is another book that I'm just sharing with you a few of the things that we have in our library. What you want to do is to get your hands on some of these things, some of these tools. Well, I'm going to stop right there because I think, sharing with you the benefits of purpose. I could go on and on and on. But I think in acquiring and buying the book here, it will help you. It really would help you gain a foothold on how to start to gain an understanding for yourself, the benefits. All this is a starting point for you. And then what you do is you take it from that point on. Okay, all I'm doing is just showing you with the road, and then you go down the road. And if you want me to go down the road with you, I will do that for a while. But eventually, you're going to have to go down the road by yourself, right? Or other people are going to join you. Okay, that's important. So anyway, I'm thankful once again for you being a part of the broadcast. But before I go, I want to share something with you real quick, and we'll be right back after this.
In our current global climate, we're facing challenges never before experienced by this generation. Oppositions where no one seems to have clear directions or answers to the risks facing us. Confrontations like racial and gender unrest, political gerrymandering, toxic leadership, economic crisis, global pandemic, health threats, pre-existing medical conditions, isolation, boredom, and loneliness are driving people to desperation. As a result, people are confused, afraid, anxious, and perplexed, and they need answers to some tough questions and even tougher situations. They are looking into different outlets for answers to gain assurance and consolation. Some have drawn closer to the embrace of family, while others look more towards their friendships, education, and even religion. What we need is a fresh voice of truth and clarity, and not a stale religious echo from the past. There's a re-emerging voice on the horizon that isn't afraid to stand alone and give spiritual and mentally sound direction to a world searching for answers. G. Alfred Palmer offers a voice of sound human development and empowerment to those willing to hear. There's a need for new ideas to old principles, a perspective from a timeless origin, but with current vision, a thought leader who understands what it means to stand alone and speak truth when some are hard of hearing. But if you've been waiting to hear a voice that opens the gates of freedom and breaks the shackles of confusion to allow you to step forward into the dawning of a new and exciting future, then it's time to bridge the gap with Dr. G. Alfred Palmer. He is a dynamic speaker, thought leader, and entrepreneur, equipped to elevate, expand, and extend the development, empowerment, and leadership of his audiences. He stands ready to speak at your next event. His delivery is guaranteed to refresh, entertain, and transform. G. Alfred Palmer bridges the gap from uncertainty to the purpose, to passion, and leadership. Book him today for your next event, and you won't be disappointed.
And we're back. So yes, thank you so much. Love to exchange with you ideas. We can get together and talk about some things if you like. What I want to do is to give you our email address. Our email address is the theory. I think it's the theory of purposeology. No, it's a theory of purpose sphere at Gmail. I have to, it's a new one. So I'll get the email and get it out to you. I'll put it in I'll put it in the below so that you can you can get it. And let's establish some contact and let's establish some exchange. And we also have a mentoring program. And we also have an online institute. So we have a few things that are available to help you in your quest to understand and to gain purpose, so that we can transform our community, culture, and clan. And not only that, but that we can fulfill our individual purpose. So that's it for this particular broadcast. And so until the next time, this is Dr. G, and I'm just going to say, understand this. Purpose makes us super naturally. Peace.